Hello friends, if you are new to Vedic astrology or learning Vedic astrology or trying to read about Vedic astrology, then this video will definitely blow away your mind. Through Vedic astrology, how you can see instantly that there is a danger to someone's life, how you can see accidents, assassinations, or the premature deaths in anyone's chart. This video is very important if you are a learner of Vedic astrology or even want to see that how Vedic astrology can pinpoint that there is a danger to your life so accurately that there is no other scientific methods, none other methods than the Vedic astrology which can literally show you what is about to come in your future. That's why it's called Jyotish, the science, the light of the future. I'm going to share the charts of three major personalities of this world who have been assassinated and who had a danger to their life, who were being killed, and sudden end of their life happened. And you will see the transits on that day compared to the natal chart, how easily you can predict that something is going to happen to them, to their life, if you know how to read the Vedic astrology charts. So in this video, stay tuned and see the techniques I'm going to share with you. You can apply those techniques with any individual's chart, any person's chart. Fast forward the time, reverse the time, and see what is about to happen in your life. When are the points or the dates or the time where you will be, your life can be in danger. So Vedic astrology, stay tuned and see these techniques that I'm going to share with you right now. The first chart I'm going to share with you is of John F. Kennedy. He was the President of the United States and born on 29th May 1917, 3 p.m. in Brooklyn, Massachusetts, United States. He was assassinated on 22nd of November 1963. So how do you instantly see whether there was a danger to his life on that particular day? It's very easy technique. So all you do is go to Transit tabs. This is a free software, Jagannathora. If you are a beginner astrologer, you must use this software. This is one of the best softwares available for your research purposes, free of cost in Vedic astrology. So now go to the Transit and go to the day he was being killed or assassinated. This is 22nd of November 22nd. I'm going to put the date here. And 1963, and click on and you can put any hour here, just start at 9 a.m. in the morning time. So that will give you the transit of that day or that particular day, what was happening in the sky. So show transit calculation, click on this button. And this is the chart of the transit of that day. Now how we see this is you overlay this chart, this transit chart over the natal chart of John F. Kennedy. So go to the basics. Go to the chakra and then open the mix 2 Vargas, this tab. And you will see what we are doing is we are overlaying the birth chart and the transit chart. So what you see outside this one, this is the transit chart of what was happening that day. And it has been overlaid over John F. Kennedy's birth chart. And you can use the same technique, same mixed Vargas for any chart, any person's chart, yours chart, your family member's chart, or anyone's chart who are you trying to analyze on that particular day of the transits. So if you see this is an overlay of transit over the natal chart. Now what you need to do, you need to know certain rules in Vedic astrology, and I'm just going to fast forward those so that you can come direct to the techniques. So the second house and seventh house, these are the Marka house. Marka means the killer houses in Vedic astrology. And for each ascendant sign, there is one Badhaka house also. Badhaka means the house which causes the obstructions in the matters of longevity. Obstructions in the matters of longevity. So for the dual ascendants, so this is a dual ascendant being a Virgo ascendant, the seventh house also becomes the Badhaka house. So for each ascendant, second house and seventh house is always a Marka. Marka means a killer house. And for the dual ascendants, the people who are born in the dual ascendants, they have seventh house, also known as the Badhaka house. The Badka means the obstruction in the matters of longevity. Now, mark these houses, second house and seventh house, and then mark the ascendant lord, ascendant house or ascendant lord. In this case, ascendant lord is Mercury. So, for John F. Kennedy, ascendant lord is Mercury. Also mark the 8th house lord. 8th house is the house of death. Always see who is the lord of 8th house, because 8th is the death afflicting house. And now compare, now see and analyze the chart by seeing what are the major points happening in his life. So on that particular day. So ascendant is your physical body. Something is going to happen to your physical body for sure. And that's the reason, see your ascendant lord is sitting in 3rd house, which is Mercury. This is the transit chart. And ascendant lord is being conjunct with Venus. 2nd house lord is Venus, Marka house lord. And it has been aspected by another Marka house lord and the Badka house lord, which is Jupiter. And Jupiter is transiting into the 7th house, itself in the Marka house, and it's aspecting 7, 8, 9. The 9th aspect of Jupiter is aspecting the ascendant lord. So again, the Marka house 2, it's Venus conjunct with Mercury, showing danger to the life, to the ascendant sign, to the physical body. Jupiter, who is the lord of 2nd Marka house and also the Badka house in this scenario, is also sitting in the Marka house and aspecting the Lagan lord, Mercury, again showing danger. This is danger number 2. And then you see Mars, which is the lord of death in his scenario, in this chart, because Mars is in the 8th house lord, is also conjunct with the physical body, showing that there will be some kind of injuries, some kind of cuts, wounds, and possibility of assassination. And then the 12th lord, which is the lord of losses and leaving this world, is Sun. Sun is also conjunct with his John F. Kennedy's ascendant lord. So point number 1, Marka lord 1 is conjunct with ascendant lord. This is point 1. Point 2, Marka lord 2, Jupiter, and also Badka lord is aspecting ascendant lord. This is 2. Mars, the lord of death in his scenario, because it's a lord of 8th house, is also conjunct with Mercury, which is ascendant lord, 3rd point. And the lord of losses, loss of physical body, separation, asylums, or spiritual journey, is also connected with which is Sun connected with the ascendant lord Mercury. So 4 points here. And this is the Badka house, again aspecting Mercury, so you can count it as 1 more point. So if you see this, you will get to know that there is certain danger to his life. Now, one thing what you can also see is the position of Saturn. Saturn brings the sudden end to life, And Moon is your mind, which loses the body and finds the next body. So when Moon gets into the 8th house, or Moon conjuncts with the 8th lord, that is your end. That signifies the end. Here Moon is being conjunct with Saturn. Saturn is a lord of sudden endings. And Moon conjunct with this, with all these points, any Vedic astrologer can tell 99.9% with accuracy that there is a danger to this person's life. So this is how you see instantly how to predict the danger to your life without any analysis, without any paralysis. Now let's go to the second example here. And why do I share so many examples and examples chart? Is just to prove you that the Vedic astrology is not fluke. It is a real science. It is not a coincidence what I just showed you, that the planetary position of John F. Kennedy on that day was showing there is a huge risk to his life. And bear in mind, it was not only John F. Kennedy would have had this combination. Any person who had the same combination happening on that day, you never know how many might have been died in accidents, died with injuries, died with assassinations or murders, or what could have happened to them if majority of the people on that particular day has this combination of Marka, Badka, 12th Lord all conjunct and hitting your ascendant Lord from all different angles. And Mars is also there to show the killings, brutality, murders, surgeries, cuts and wounds to your body. And that's the reason astrology is a science which can literally tell you what is about to come in your life. Now, the next chart I'm going to share with you is of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. She was the Indian Prime Minister and again assassinated brutally in 1983. Here's the chart of Mrs. Indira Gandhi. She was born November 19th, 1917 in Allahabad, India. And the day she was assassinated was October 31st, 1983. And I'm taking 9 a.m. as a time to create the transit chart of that particular day when she was assassinated to see and analyze her transit planets as compared to the ascendant chart planet positions. So what we do is we pick that date and time and say show transit calculations. And then what we do is we go to the chakras and click on the mix two vargas to overlay both the charts, the ascendant chart, the birth chart, the natal chart, and overlaid by the transit chart. So all the border areas highlighted, this is your transit chart, and the inside box is your natal chart. So this is the natal chart of Mrs. Indira Gandhi, overlaid by the transit chart of that particular day when she was assassinated. So our rules remains the same. We don't change anything. Ascendant Lord in her case is Moon, because she was born in the sign of Cancer. So again, second house and seventh house are the Marka houses. And for Cancer ascendant, that is a movable sign, the 11th house becomes the Badka house. Badka means the house which causes obstructions in the matters of your longevity. And Marka, the killer houses, again in the matters of longevity. Now you see Moon, the ascendant Lord, is sitting in the second house on that particular day, which is the house of Marka, and is conjunct with Venus, the Lord of Badka. So ascendant Lord, so any danger to your physical body means danger to your first house, danger to your ascendant Lord, because this is where your body is being governed. The prime minister of the chart is always the ascendant Lord or the first house. So Moon, the ascendant body Lord, is conjunct with the Badka, and you see Mars is also conjunct here. Mars is the significator of surgeries, wounds, cuts, violence, assassinations, and murders. So the ascendant Lord is very severely afflicted on that particular day by the Marka. They're sitting in the Marka house. Badka is aspecting it. And the second Marka, which is Saturn. Saturn in her case is the Lord of 7th house, which is again the Marka house, and also the Lord of 8th house. 8th is house of death, as I told you in my previous example. And Saturn in transit on that day is aspecting the first house. 7, 8, 9, 10. The 10th aspect of Saturn, which is the Lord of death, and the second Lord of Marka house is aspecting Mrs. Indira Gandhi's ascendant sign. So you see ascendant Lord is afflicted, ascendant sign is afflicted. And this is a big danger to her life is indicated from here. Very easily, without any analysis paralysis, using the same rules, you can use your chart and go fast forward in the transits. So all you need to do is, if you want to fast forward the transits, you can click on day here, and then you can go 1 day further, 2 day further, 3 day further in your charts, just to see when is the combination coming in your chart where your ascendant Lord is severely afflicted by the Marka, Badka, and the 8th house Lord. And if moon is making any situation with your Saturn or with your 8th house, that is also a danger to your life on that day, considering all other parameters like combination of Marka and Badka is afflicting your ascendant lord, your physical body. Ascendant lord is a governor of your physical body. So this is how you see instantly the danger to your life. These are the techniques. If you go from the books, if you learn from the books, it will take you ages to master these. And I'm showing you in less than 30 minutes of this video how to use these techniques, how to open your brain, your subconscious and your conscious energies to start reading the charts. I guarantee you this. The astrology, if you read from books and try to learn from books, it will take you ages to learn because it's all analysis paralysis. It's very difficult to understand the author's mind, but I'm making your life very easy. So I hope you're enjoying this video. I'm going to share one more example with you so that I prove you this science is not a fluke. And next chart I'm going to show you and share with you is of Benazir Bhutto, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and she was being assassinated in the year 2007. So this is a chart of Benazir Bhutto, Mrs. Benazir Bhutto, the Prime Minister of Pakistan, and she was born June 21st, 1953 in Karachi, Pakistan. And the day she was assassinated was December 27th, 2007. So we're going to make the transit chart of December 27th, 2007, and again overlay it on top of her birth chart. So again, I took the time 9 a.m. and if you see, click on the show transit calculations and then go to our mixed Vargas. Again, the outside chart is the transit chart and the inside is the natal chart. We are overlaying each other on top of the transit chart on top of the natal chart. Now she is born with Sagittarius as the ascendant sign. So for Sagittarius, Jupiter becomes the ascendant lord. Jupiter is ascendant lord in her chart. And then Marka remains the second house and 7th house. And for the dual ascendant signs, which is again, this is Sagittarius, the Badka lord is again the 7th house. So 7th house becomes a Badka also and Marka also. And again, 2nd house is always a Marka house for all ascendant sign. And 7th house is always a Marka house for all ascendant sign. But the Badka houses, the particular degree in the zodiac changes for your longevity based on your ascendant sign. Now see again, same thing. So Jupiter this is the transit Jupiter, the ascendant lord in the transit on that particular day is conjunct with the Marka and the Badka lord, Mercury. So Mercury is the Marka and the Badka lord for Benazir Bhutto, and if you see the day she was being killed, Jupiter is very much close to Mercury. They both are conjunct. And then the lord of death, in her case, is Moon. And in transit, Moon is in the 8th house, in the house of death on that particular day. Mars in transit is aspecting her physical body, and physical lord, Jupiter, shows cuts, wounds, surgeries, assassinations, murders, violence. Mars is again looking at aspecting Jupiter and the ascendant lord and the ascendant house, both. And Moon is transiting in the house of death. Moon is your mind, which goes from one body to another body. And then the Saturn, look at the Saturn, which is in the 9th house on that day, is aspecting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Saturn is also aspecting the ascendant lord, Jupiter. Transit Saturn is aspecting the natal lord, Jupiter, which is sitting in 6th house. See again the connection of Marka, Badka, Mars, 8th lord, and Saturn is present the day she was killed. So I hope, friends, this makes sense. And after watching this video, you will never think in your head again that astrology is a fluke. Again, I'm telling you, I'm showing you this based on my research and a lot of efforts and time I've spent in astrology to master this art of science. If you want a personal consultation with me, you can always click on my email address and send me an email, or look at my website and book a service with me. What I'm showing you, what I'm teaching you, if you go through the books, if you start learning from the other sources, it will only and only derail your knowledge, because it's very hard to learn astrology from books. You need a guru, you need a person who can teach you the fundamental principles of astrology instantly through his energies and bringing you to the higher level of learnings in terms of Vedic astrology. So once again, friends, this is Astrologer Mohnish, and thank you very much for watching my video. For any questions, concerns, feedback, you can always reach out to me. Thank you, and please stay safe and please stay happy.